Hello, everybody. It is Mark Newstater with eXp Realty, along with Jaden Bax from Avenue Financial. It is Thursday, February 25th, last Thursday in February. Woohoo! Can you believe it? We're almost into.
Yeah, hopefully that means that the leaves will be coming out before we know it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I just want to give Jaden some kudos, along with being an amazing mortgage broker. He is also Jimmy the Greek. He's like a prognosticator because last night during our BNI meeting, he may have texted me about who was going to score the 1-0 goal for the Calgary Flames, although we didn't win. But Jaden, you have to tell me exactly what happened because this was pretty cool.
No, I said Andrew Mangiapane in the last 3 minutes for the Flames to win 1-0. So I was way off.
You're way off. Yeah.
Mangiapane had to score 36 seconds too early, and then William Nylander had to go and ruin my night.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I was impressed with the prognostication. So maybe at the end of the video today, we're going to get we'll get a prediction from you for the Flames game tonight. But without any further ado, let's take a look at our stats for the week. And let me get that on the screen. There we go. All right. So I think what's interesting and just so you know, if you tuned in wanting to talk about grow ops, and we are going to talk about that in a couple of minutes here. But I think what's interesting here, and I've been listing some media reports and different things like that, and my own personal opinion. So the big question out there right now is how long is this little bubble going to last? We don't really know, but all we can look at is trends. And we'll take a look at these trends today, specifically with the amount of listings that are on the market. So in this past week, we had a total of 350 detached. These are always detached stats. A total of 350 new listings, but a total of 483, somewhere in that neighborhood. I really got to brush up on my math, but so again, there's another week where sales and pendings obliterated new listings, but we're still creeping up a little bit. Our expireds were down this week. Detached listings for a total of 1,651. So if you look at these, if you can see my mouse right there. So if we go back to the end of January, early February, 1566, then it went down by 11, then it went up to 1618, and now it went up to 1651 this week. So, are we seeing a bit of a trend there? Sure. I mean, we're almost 100 detached listings more on the market this week than we were at the end of January, early February. So not a surprise. This happens every year at this time. We just don't know if the sales will keep up to what they have been recently with crazy multiple offers, over asking price. We're back in 2014, basically, in terms of those types of scenarios, not in terms of prices. Our total listings were also up. And if you look at that, 4110 compared to 3883. So that, of course, takes into account your apartment condos, your row townhouses, your semi-detached or duplexes. So, my prediction is I think we've got, probably 60 days, 90 days on the far outside. But it really depends on the neighborhood that you're in. So as an example, I have a listing that's going to be coming up in Oak Ridge. And right now in Oak Ridge, Jane, how many detached listings do you think are on the market in Oak Ridge right now?
12.
2.
No.
You had one number, right?
Yeah.
2. So there's 2 detached listings on the market in Oak Ridge right now. So, when my clients go on the market at the beginning of April, so in about a month from now, hard to say, but I think they'll still be in a pretty good position. But, your neighborhood is going to vary, right? Like if you're in Auburn Bay or Mahogany, again, very limited listings out there right now. But in a month from now, that could all change. We might have, double or triple the amount of detached listings. We just don't know. But bottom line is, if you're thinking about selling, it's worth a conversation because you can still beat this. Get on the market in the next couple of weeks. We can make it happen for you. And so that's my comment on where the market is going. Jayden, before we get into Grow Ops, any updates from you this week on the mortgage side of things?
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumblings of rate increases.
Yeah, it was a big, busy day today. I'm seeing pretty much quarter point rate increases across the board with almost all of my lenders, and not everybody is caught up yet, but they will. Yep. So you can kind of expect by Monday everybody will be about a quarter point up from where they are now. Yeah. On the other side of that, I'm seeing some better discounts from Prime on the variable. So Prime -1 plus for high ratio, which is when you put less than 20% down, and then a product that I'm fantastically excited about right now, uninsurable mortgage. So if you do a refinance, if you you have a mortgage over $1 million, or if you have a 30-year amortization rather than the generally normal 25 years, you can get Prime -0.9. That is incredible. You're paying 1.55% on a very it's phenomenal value. As everybody knows, I love variable adjustable because of the penalty certainty. So there's a lot of upside with adjustable right now.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, and I mean, again, if you're thinking about buying, if you're thinking about refinancing, get in touch with Jayden, get that thing locked in, and get it done so you can take advantage of these amazing rates. Which, I mean, still, let's be honest, even with a little bit of a jump today, there's still historically low interest rates. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and I had clients I was talking to today that are they're kind of mulling a home, and so I told them what was happening with rates, and that there was with one particular lender that seems to fit them well, that was going to happen at midnight tonight. But then I did the math for them, and it's $700 a year on a $600,000 purchase. Are you going to jump into that quickly? Just over $700 a year. So there's no, rates are still great. You don't have to beat out your buddy's rate. You don't have to have the best rate on the market. You need to have a product that fits you and make a decision in a timely manner. So don't feel like you need to jump on a bandwagon to lock into what we have right now. And they're always fluctuating. They could be back down within a month.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and those are some of the conversations as we're talking with some new clients. And I'm, oftentimes the first point of contact, obviously, is the realtor. And people say, oh, I've talked to ABC Bank or DEF Bank or whatever, and, they're giving me this rate. And I keep saying to them, listen, I'm not a mortgage broker, but I have a great one you can talk to, wink, wink. And, there's so much more to it than that. So if there's one thing that we always want to keep in letting people know is have a conversation with you or a mortgage broker, because there's more to it than just the rate, right?
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? I've seen fantastic products in the bank, and I'm happy to tell you that that's a fantastic product.
Yeah.
And tell you what the upsides and downsides are, and then you're free to make whatever choice you'd like, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, real quick, let's talk Grow Ops. So we had a little bit of a teaser last week how we had a client that I was talking to that was interested in possibly purchasing one. It's literally the listings on the market now. I think they took offers on the weekend. So it's literally fenced off. You're going to have to go in, get it remediated, get the mold, all those things that play into it. Then you're going to essentially build a brand new house on the inside. So lots to it from that perspective. But from your perspective, I found it very interesting, Jayden, that really banks don't touch Grow Ops generally, right?
Well, and not if they're not remediated. So if you're
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're thinking you're going to go in and get these sub 2% rates to buy this place and fix it up, think again. Like the reason that the banks put a lien on your house when you have a mortgage or they're on your title is because they have ownership to that property as well. They don't want to have ownership on an asset like that, right? So you're very likely looking at private lending with the idea that it's going to be a flip to be able to do that non-remediated stuff, and that costs more money. And then honestly, even in the remediated side, getting an approval for a remediated Grow Up home is the exception, not the rule. So the vast majority of lenders just don't deal with them at all. There's quite a few that do on the bank side. BMO and CIBC tend to be strong in that way. And then there's a couple lenders that I work with that are good with them as well. But they're very particular about their paperwork, and it changes for each bank and what they want for air quality tests and all those kinds of things.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get a deal on a remediated property and save some money, remember that any issue that you have with financing leading in, somebody else is going to have the same issue when you go to sell. So if it's your dream home that you're going to be in for the next 25 years, absolutely, we can help find a solution for you. If it's that step-up home that you might be selling in 3 years and you're trying to save a bit of money, remember that you're just passing the buck 3 years down the line, right?
So. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Just had a great idea for next week, or at least in my own mind. With everything that's going on with these homes selling for above asking, next week, let's talk a little bit more about appraisals and how those factor into the mortgage approval. Sound good?
That sounds fantastic.
All right. So for any information, reach out to Jayden on the mortgage side, obviously myself on the real estate side. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody, and we will talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.